Yes sir, and it's 166 back with another video. Today's video is my first video, and to obviously let you guys know about the channel. The channel is everything to do with fashion, clothing, designing, just finding out how I do my own stuff, because I've got my own brand named Potential Fly. So this is going to be a journey of me learning about clothing, teaching you about clothing, teaching you how to design, fashion, anything about that, anything clothes related. This is the channel for you. I'll give you a lot of quick background check that obviously, as I said before, my clothing brand is called Potential Fly. I've been, doing this for like over a year consistently, but I've had the idea for like years ago. One thing I wish was starting sooner and not worrying about what other people think, and thinking I have to be at a certain level to do certain things. That gets you nowhere. If you feel like you can achieve something, do it. People that are in your ear telling you not to do stuff is obviously because they don't have the confidence or the power to drive through and do these things. Why I went into fashion. Fashion's always been something I've enjoyed. I just didn't really take it as seriously. Like, I didn't deep the psychological things behind the way you dress, the way you present yourself, and how much it means. Do you know what I mean? But after football, I used to play football at a decently good level, I'll say. I just fell back on clothing, and I was like, one thing for me, I feel like it may sound like, being egotistical, but I feel like this is something that is in my blood, due to the fact that my mum is also another very artistic person. She is very into fashion. So if you see my mum, you know me, she's a very fashionable person.
She's a very fashionable person.
Yes.
And it does his shopping in Italy.
You do the shopping in Italy?
So stuff like that, I feel like it just has to be a bit of DNA. Some of the things I want to do in the channel is obviously let you guys see the behind the scenes of my shoes, me designing, me learning how to actually make my own clothes from scratch without using a manufacturer and stuff like that. I also, I just also want to have like a base of people, like a community where people just honestly just, talk clothing and just relate. I would say is getting into anything in the industry, but obviously we're talking clothing. I feel like when you're in the clothing industry, you need to understand that people want to say it's saturated, there's many people doing this and many people doing that. There's gonna be loads of people doing a lot of things, but if you're not willing to be like, I want to be that 1% that's doing extra well, you're not gonna be that 1%. The world is fully saturated, people are working, people are looking for jobs. You have to take it upon yourself and be like, I want this enough, no one can want it more for you. And if someone else can knock you off what you want to do, then obviously there's a problem within you, not that person. Financing, you should always know who you're talking to, your manufacturer, you should know the basics. But you don't need to start off big. You're a small brand, you need to obviously work within your reach and not live beyond your means. So, one tip that RIP P2 gave me is, I was thinking when I first started my brand, I was like, I need to get it so out here and spend this much money and then send it to this person and send it to that person. But P2 said an amazing thing, that if you can't get someone to do it, or you have to pay someone to do it, why can't you be the celebrity? You're meant to be that guy. It's your brand at the end of the day. Me, obviously, I wanted to more separate my personal self from my brand, but you should be a big figure or a big part of your brand. You are the personality. So you should consider that when you're doing anything in life. Continuing my point about financing and all of that, I feel like talking with your manufacturer, you need to have the right terms and you should learn the right way to speak to people. Back to my point of obviously financing, a big thing is knowing how to communicate with people, whether that's your manufacturer, your customers, or to some celebrity you're sending your stuff to. You need to know how to speak to people and know the right tone and how you come across. You don't oversell yourself, you never undersell either. Influencers, if you don't know how to come across and speak to influencers in the right way, they're gonna turn you down or not take you seriously. It's not about how small your brand is. You need to sell yourself and your image. When you know how to sell yourself and your image, you're selling your brand. You're not selling the item, you're selling your image and saying, this is where I want it to go. You want them to invest in you. And if you don't have that sort of charisma or that vibe to give them, you're not going to get there. Like I said, educate yourself with your manufacturer. That means knowing the materials you need, the weight, how you want it, the measurements, the tech pack, everything that's needed within it. If you know it, they're gonna take you seriously. They're not gonna take advantage of. And know how to negotiate, because certain guys are gonna obviously like try and bump you. So know what you're talking about. The main thing also is knowing how to make your brand a need instead of a want, and that's always something you're always gonna keep on working on. Always striving to elevate and broaden yourself and your understanding. Pushing out content. I never feel like there's too much pushing out content. Me, I feel like that was one thing I was feeling like, oh, I may be putting out too much content that, you know, I'm probably bothering people and they're probably tired of my content. If they're tired of your content, so be it. Let them be tired. Someone else may not be tired. You may be inspiring someone else. You may be like, yeah, I rate that person's clothes. I just rate that person. Like, he's inspiring as hell. So like, think about other people you're inspiring and thinking of the negativity. The more negativity you think is the sort of vibes you're surrounding yourself with. But I wanted it to be like a short, you know, quick video, a bit serious. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you soon. 166 out.
Please whatever. Please I want to reach